First tonight, as the Prime Minister delivered his high-wage, low-tax message in Manchester, there are fears that more than 250,000 people in the East Midlands could fall into debt with a cut in universal credit. The £20 weekly top-up was introduced at the start of the pandemic to help families and individuals get by. Well, our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball has been hearing from people affected by the changes.
Feeding time at Rhubarb Farm in Nether Langwith. But from today, Mark's got less money to feed himself. Mark's only paid to work here 2 days a week, so his weekly universal credit uplift of £20 has made a huge difference.
It's a big chunk of money to lose. I rely a lot on universal credit. The wage that I get here, from here, pays me rent and me council tax. So what else I get is what I live on.
So how much of a struggle is it going to be, Mark?
It's going to be hard, but it'll just be cutting back on the stuff that's not essential, you know, such as, you know, your crispy, your chocolate and your pop, you know, stuff that's a bit of a treat.
And it'll mean counting the pennies up the road in Mansfield too, for people including Kerry, who's a part-time teaching assistant.
Obviously it makes a big difference not being able to afford them little extra bits that we do get now, and being able to, the children be able to have that extra little snack in their box like a cereal bar.
I'll get stuff for my dog every time, but if it comes to me, whether it's eating or eating, then I'll just chuck a blanket around myself and get food.
It was just obviously the pandemic, they obviously give us that extra money, so it was a bit of a bonus really, but you know, my husband works as well and he'd take the money off anyway, so I don't really see the problem really.
20 quid, then I've got to cut back on my food, cut back on my eating. I don't want to go back into the life of crime.
Seriously think it could drive you back into a life of crime?
Yes, I do. The main thing I'm worried about is if I can't afford my rent through this and I get into arrears and I get kicked out and live on the street again.
And Mark says cutting back on luxuries won't be enough, so at 58 he's now planning to start withdrawing his miner's pension. Others here at Rhubarb Farm can't see how to make ends meet.
Extremely worried. Worried about how they're going to feed the families, worried about how they're going to keep warm. I think Boris should live for 3 months on universal credit.
But people did know it was going to be temporary, didn't they?
Yes, they did, but they didn't foresee fuel increases to keep yourself warm. The prices are increasing to get yourself from A to B. Food prices are increasing and are going to increase more.
Anita says that's already prompting a surge in demand for their emergency food bags from people desperate for help, simply to put a meal on the table. Jeremy Ball, BBC East Midlands Today, Nether Langwith.